Todd, we saw Quinton in his first practice with the team yesterday. Do you see him as a part of the lineup tonight against Anaheim?
You saw him in his first practice yesterday. You'll see him in his first game today, yes.
Appreciate that. And we talked to Dustin Brown yesterday, and he called this 4-game series against Anaheim like a chess match where you make little adjustments in between each game. Do you kind of see it that way too? And what are maybe some adjustments you guys have looked at from Monday into today?
I do think it can be that way. It has with other series that we played in a 2-game fashion. So I would think over 4 you're going to see some different looks on maybe special teams and face-offs and that type of stuff. But maybe the biggest changes, at least for our team, will be roster and looking at some individuals and maybe haven't played as much for us and I'm not sure what they'll do, but that will be our situation.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Todd.
Next up is John Hoven.
Todd, as you go back to, I'm assuming you're going back to the 12 forward configuration tonight. What's the thought there on defense in terms of how you would like to put those pairs together? Any thoughts on that third pair?
Yep, don't assume.
Fair enough. For a guy like Byfield, what type of advice do you give him going into his first NHL game besides just, the old go out there and play and have fun?
We're going to give him the information that we think he needs, as we do with any of the other players, and we're really going to leave him alone. He's worked hard to get here. We don't want to overload any individuals, certainly not an 18-year-old coming into the league. So I'm going to use that cliche of, play the game, enjoy the moment, take everything in. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. We will help you with that. And that's what you have a long career for, is to fix them. And he's got good people around him when he steps onto the ice tonight. The Brown, Kopitar, even Kempe and Iafallo that have garnered some experience now in the league, and it hasn't been that long ago that they played their first game. So he's got a lot of support up front, and I think it'll create some excitement for our hockey club as well.
Thanks, Todd.
Next up is Daryl Evans.
Morning, Coach. With Byfield in the lineup tonight, what are your thoughts on how you're going to use him? Is there anything you're going to try to maybe get him exposed to or not get exposed to?
I'm going to call his number and let him play. He'll see some, I don't know how many penalties there'll be or anything like that, but he'll see some power play time. I don't know where he'll fit in on the penalty kill. We'll see how many penalties we have tonight, but he's been a penalty killer at the American League level. And we're not playing him to hide him. We're playing him to let him experience things. So he should be able to handle a regular shift. We expect him to. And, after that, there may be more ice time available for him.
And with regards to the power play, what area do you expect him? Do you expect him to play like the half wall, to distributing the puck in the offensive zone?
That will, it depends on what unit we play him on. Right now, if he does get some power play time, he may be with the second unit, the kids, and half wall down low. We could see him in those areas.
All right. Good luck tonight.
Okay. Thank you.
Next up is Lisa Dillman.
Yeah, Todd, I'm going from say the World Juniors to the beginning of the rain season to the latter part of the rain season. What's been the biggest strides you've seen Quinton make in his game?
Well, I think there's been a personal adjustment that he's made to life here, and that affects his game. The comfort of being in and around the NHL players. I know he hasn't played in the NHL, but he parks in the same parking lot. They talk all the time. He's familiar with both coaching staffs. He's comfortable in the community. All of that type of comfort should help a player rather than being recalled from Manchester, for example. So all of that is comfort. I think he's understood and began to adapt to the pro game, certainly at the American League level, become a little more responsible defensively, understands the pace of play and how quick he has to make decisions and distribute pucks. I hope that he's not one that will feel obligated to move pucks to older, more experienced veterans, because he has a very good skill set. We want him to use that and command the use of the puck and the distribution of it and the shot selection. But sometimes young players feel a little bit intimidated, like they have to do that. I hope he doesn't feel that way, because quite obviously at the American League level, he's overcome that, and he does control games at times.
Thank you.
And last one here from Jesse Cohen.
Hey, Todd, you mentioned Quinton's skill set. I'm curious, when a guy with his size and his speed, that you don't have any experience either coaching for or against, when you're making a line combination, how much thought goes into who should play with him, and you put emphasis on his size and speed, on his skill set? Like, what's the thought process on constructing that line?
Well, we wanted to put him with veteran players that have confidence and feel comfortable right now. Somebody that can support him, and Kempe is that type of player. He can skate with them, and has experience in the league. And Trevor Moore is going to play with him tonight, and he has a tenacity to his game and a confidence in his game right now that we think will also complement him. And Trevor Moore's both are quite responsible defensive players as well. Both good penalty killers, so maybe they can help him in that facet as well.